Welcome in fellow Bannerlords. We bring exciting news to you today as we have finally fixed the siege defences in Bannerlord. Here we have two completely identical scenarios in one of, if not the best defended town. Welcome to the defence of Askar. On the left we have the vanilla scenario and on the right we have Smarter Siege AI mod. Pay attention to how the vanilla AI is not pushing for the ladders. They are waiting for the other siege engines to come into range. This causes them to create a massive blob perfectly targetable by the fire catapults. This mod makes the ladder team aggressive right from the start of the siege. Let us discuss the numbers of each army. On the defending side, we have a Nordic force 400 man strong, while the attackers have much superior numbers of 1,800 elite Imperial soldiers. How the Nords managed to get so far south is not relevant here. Now we see the vanilla AI's morale fully break. They are retreating even though they have 800 reserve soldiers ready to march in. In Smarter Siege AI mod, we have another reality. Soldiers do not flee while there is still a more than capable force waiting to be called upon. Vanilla AI might rout, but they do so at their own demise as their entire army will find themselves sitting in a dungeon post siege awaiting ransom. This mod comes with a customizable feature depending on which version you want. A fully customizable routing threshold ranging from 60% of the entire army defeated up to 95%. The higher number, the harder our siege will be. In this siege, we are showcasing the 80% threshold, meaning that in an army of 1,800, we need to kill approximately 1,400 soldiers before the enemy will be fleeing from the battle. Now I want to showcase a siege where the player utilizes those nasty firepots. Brace yourselves as we are about to show you one of the biggest failures of vanilla Bannerlord Siege AI. Our commander targets the ram first with the catapult, then proceeds to hurl firepots on the siege tower. Each time a siege engine is destroyed, the enemy suffers a massive morale shock. When this hits zero, the enemy will rout. Just to clarify one thing here, we are still 400 versus 1,800, and the enemy Imperial army can still use a ladder and manually break down the main gate. Let us now play the same scenario with Smarter Siege AI mod. Spoiler alert, it is not gonna end well. To make similarity between the tactics in both scenarios, we will approach the battle in the exact same manner. First, destroy the ram, then the tower. In the vanilla battle, this is now where the Imperials started to rout. Let us just take a look at what is going on outside the walls for a moment. If the vanilla morale had not broken, this is what their tactics would have been. We are just quickly gonna set up our infantry in some basic squares and cover them from behind with some archer fire. Normally, you would do this pre-battle to make sure you were ready in case of a breach, but more often than not, these sieges are just a massive tease as the enemy routs too easily. You can see here that the ladder team is actually trying to get the main gate open. This is pure vanilla behavior if they hadn't routed and our squares clearly did not attract enough attention where we put them. The result is clear and we have enemies starting to flood in from the main gate. Eventually, numbers ended up winning here. Even though we had the upper hand, one mistake led to disaster. That is the kind of thrill you want from a siege. not rooting immediately after destroying a siege tower and a ram. Now remember, you can customize the threshold to your liking, and even the 60% army defeated before enemy can root can be a massive bonus to your immersion, especially when you are fighting larger battles. The most important thing about this mod is that it eliminates the morale loss from excessive firepot hurling, which is a balance change that has been long overdue. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next mod.